Spectacular Magazine. We on the scene.
For questions for Zion.
Zion, what did you guys take from the game the other night? I know it, was pretty lopsided, but what did you guys learn from that experience?
We learned that we can be a very special defensive team when we actually pick it up. Coaches always stress us about defensive habits, and we play sloppy with it a lot, but I feel like that game we were very consistent with it, so that's what we learned from that game.
When you come out of a game like that, what's practice like? I mean, I know it's different than coming off of a loss, so what's the mood, what's the attitude, what's the goal?
Is Coach K, he just loves to win, so practice will be like just as intense. It'll be like, all right, you won the game, but time to move on. Like, it's a long season. You can't just keep thinking about that one win or loss. So every day he's like, move on, bring the intensity.
Zion, how do you handle the attention that you've been getting, like nationally, and the accolades?
I thank my parents for that. They kind of helped me when it first hit me my junior year. They helped me a lot with it, because it was different. Like everywhere you go, everybody's knowing who you are, like saying how good you are and stuff. As a teenager, you can't say you don't like that. But my parents always told me there's like a negative side to it also. Like you have like a lot of people who don't want you to succeed. As soon as you make one mistake, those people that say they love you will turn against you. So for me, I don't really think I'm doing it for the people on the outside. I'm doing it for myself and for my family. So for social media, I like it, but I'm not really worried about all that.
I talked to Seventh Woods at Carolina, who also had a big mixtape when he was in high school come out, and he said if he had to do it over again, he wishes he never would have got that kind of attention from it. How do you feel about that statement? I mean, did it kind of skew people's perception of you? How do you feel about when yours kind of blew up?
For Stephen, I see where he's coming from with that because, I was like 2 or 3 grades under him, so I kind of felt bad for him because he was a very great player, but all people want to talk about was, he was very athletic, but he was actually a very good point guard, but people didn't notice that. But for me, if I had to do it all over again, I'd do it the same way. Like, I know that people who watch basketball know what type of game I have. Like, it's usually like the people who don't really like look into the details of basketball who say, "Oh, you're just a dunker." But for the people who know basketball, they know that I bring more to the table.
Zion, you guys have had great production from quote-unquote role players, Jack, Marquise, Alex O'Connell the other night, Jab, and of course, you talk about how important what they bring to the table is to your ultimate success going forward.
They bring a lot to the table, and all of them have very important roles. Like Jack's our glue guy. Like Jack will come in the game and he'll demand, all right, I want to guard the best player, whether it's a wing player, whether it's a block player. Like he wants to always like guard the best player, and he always comes in ready to knock down shots, and he always brings energy. So Jack's like our glue guy. Alex just brings energy. Like he's very active on defense. Offense he'll move around and get the open shot. And Jab brings that captain presence. So does Jack. Jab just brings energy. He's always telling us like, all right, like stop playing. We need to lock in. Like get serious. And then Queez is very special. Like I don't think people understand how good Queez is. Like when Queez puts his mind to it and says, all right, I'm about to dominate this game, he can do it at any moment.
When a guy like Jack becomes that leader, I mean, he's a guy that didn't play a lot prior to the season. What does he do to earn you guys as freshmen your respect like that when he didn't come out there and play a lot prior?
I say it was just like the freshmen when we came to campus. Well, we didn't come in with the mentality as all right, want to take the team away from our upperclassmen. Like it's going to be our show. We never looked at it like that because the teams that win national championships, they're one. They're not a group of like freshmen and like role players. They're one. And we got like he kind of got our respect. All of him, Jav, Queese, they got our respect because whether like on court and off court stuff, they would always guide us like, all right, you should do this, don't do that. And on court, you know, coach will be in this kind of mood today, so like no BS, like gotta play hard, blah blah blah. So, you know, they always like they kind of guided us through it. So that's how they got our respect.
What's your view on some of the qualities that Trey has that makes him an effective leader, floor leader for this particular team?
Trey, I guess I'll start with his defensive side. Like I said, for people who don't like know basketball, Trey probably has the most like important role for our team. Trey not only like guards the point guard, who's for most teams the best, most of the time best player. Trey will guard full court the whole time he's in the game, and he usually plays 35 plus minutes like every game. And then on offense, as the main ball handler, he has to come down and like make the smart play, you know, just kind of orchestrate the offense and find like the players. So for people that don't know basketball, Trey has the most important role, and he does it almost flawless.
How long did it take you to realize or understand? I know that was the case. Like when you first started playing with him in summer during practice, like when did you realize he was something special as far as a floor leader?
You know, when you see highlights in high school, you're like, all right, it's high school. He's obviously a good player. And at the All-Star games, you know, he was kind of laid back. And when we first got here during the summer, his hip was like kind of bothering him with that. But orientation week, we'd play like pickup because we didn't have practice yet. We'd play pickup, and I mean Trey would get the ball and he'd push up the court and make plays. I'm like, whenever he made a play, I remember one time I looked over at Coach Shire and I was like, hey, Trey's like really likes it. Like, he's very athletic too. Like, there was one time he like on a fast break dunked on one of the bigs, and you're like, Trey, like, where is this coming from? But yeah, Trey's like, it was orientation week where I knew he was very special.
I'm sure it's a busy week of class for you. You and the freshman, first time going through final projects, papers, exams, and how are you balancing that this week with Good Mirror games Wednesday, Saturday, and last Saturday?
I didn't think our academic advisors, Kenny, for that, like, the supporting system we have around here is just so great. Like, at the practice, every day last week, Saturday and Sunday, we'd be up in the K Center just doing work, like getting an early start. So when it does come time for our finals, we're like ready for it, and nothing will catch us off guard.
What did it mean to you guys last week when Coach K came out and defended you against, after you guys lost the Gonzaga game? There was some talk about, you know, you shouldn't have lost. He said you guys need time to learn. That's the first time you've been through something like this. So when you heard about that, what did that mean to you guys?
Well, I mean, obviously it does mean a lot, but, you know, we already knew that. Like, we never felt like Coach would turn his back on us. His coach would always tell us, like, after practice, like, I'd go to war with you guys. Like, don't think that I wouldn't for a second not go to war with y'all. I'd go to war with y'all anytime. So I think he just had to say that for the people who were just, like, not seeing the real situation. Like, you know, you could have got maybe you could have got a better few calls, but it didn't happen. But you don't gotta, like, you know, down talk one of our players. Like, at the end of the day, he's a teenager. He's like 18. Like, he's, you know, like, still has feelings. Not in the, like, he can't take it, but, like, you know, we're in college. Like, this is our first time going through that.
Since the Gonzaga game, how much of an emphasis has it been to increase your intensity on defense, and like how much fun are you guys having on the defensive end?
I mean, it's not even just since Gonzaga. Like, coaches always told us to put intensity on defense. Gonzaga, I mean, like I said, I gotta give my respect to them. They came out, they were ready to play. I mean, I don't know what they shot from the field, but if I had to guess, they probably shot in the 70s somewhere. Like, they were making everything, and they just played great team ball. They ran great plays. They executed, and we just didn't come out ready to play, basically. Like, we weren't mentally ready for that game, and Coach told us that, so now you just gotta learn from that.
How much fun are you guys having now with playing defense?
It's a lot of fun. Like, it's always fun playing defense, because for us, our defense just leads our offense.
All right, thanks, Don.